feel free to have a little bit of movement up here. And then notice sometimes like the little steps that you can do. It's kind of like dancing. It's kind of like martial arts. It doesn't have to be so choreographed, like, you know what I mean? Now on you, now on the camera. It doesn't have to be like that. You can like rock with it, just kind of flow with it. And then, but you lock in, you deliver a point. And then remember the hot air balloons. You're coming back in on these folks right here. You could do side steps, right? What I was telling Chloe, I said you did really good micro expressions. So these tiny little movements of the head, they will create facial expressions, believe it or not. So this is where I'm trying to get my whole instrument, and don't ignore the camera either. Don't play to the camera, but don't ignore the camera. Like, oh, I'm not even aware of it. So pretend that there's eyeballs in the camera as well. And then there's eyeballs right here, there's eyeballs everywhere. And feel free to really create that vibe so you can get everybody to really be a part of your reality, a part of your show. You guys willing? Okay, cool. So we're gonna play in the elevator right now, play in the elevator. We can spin a yarn out of personal stories, observational stories. This is the only thing you have to remember for the whole class. You just got to memorize this. Personal stories, observational stories, statistics, analogy, expert opinion, quote, case study.
You're going fast.
Okay.
Is that a thing over there?
There it is.
It is? Okay. Okay, I got personal stories, stats.
Quotes, expert opinion, statistics, case studies, observational stories, questions, practical advice, how-to tips. You could talk about the pros and cons. Write that down. Pros and cons. That's a big one.
What is the last one?
Pros and cons. So if we do this as a community, here's what we can expect for us to change. But if we fail to take action, you could talk about that usually is a way to like beef up your content, right? So you could stretch things out, like literally talk for hours about something just by focusing on that. I want you guys to really be aware, like we talked about on Saturday, about the words that are coming out of your mouth so that you can be present and just pretend that you are seeing the scenes in your mind. So if you're talking about, yesterday I was at a convention or whatever happened to you, then I want you to really be there. And then what else could go along with that? So this is like, for you, the only thing I want you to think about, imagine that there's two beams. Remember we talked about this on Saturday, right? There's two beams. One of them is purple, one of them is green. Did we cover that one? We covered this one? Okay, the purple one, it's neon purple. And all it's doing is it's focusing on what the people are saying. So I'm literally paying hyper focus for trigger words that are coming out of the audience's mouth, right? That's it. So engage me a little bit. Let's, so by the way, in public speaking, we have to create a two-way dialogue. What do we have to do? Create a two-way dialogue. So constantly be asking the audience questions to engage them. Pretend that you're at Olive Garden and we're all speaking at Olive Garden. Is it just one person doing a speech? Everybody's talking, right? So how beneficial would it be if we can turn our entire talk track into nothing but questions? So part of it, I'm looking for trigger words, for latch words of what they're saying. And I'm conjuring them to say stuff so I can have stuff to like riff off of. But that's the purple beam. The green neon beam, that's for looking for trigger words of all the things that I'm saying. So right now, I'm thinking about beams. That makes me think of my days when I used to go to the clubs and I was into raves and nightclubs and all kinds of stuff. Do you see how many trigger words got just from one little beam? I'm thinking laser beams, right? I'm already somewhere else. So I want you guys to be very, very present in your own movie. Don't think about, oh, here's what you don't want to think about. Or what are they thinking about? Are they thinking about me? Am I coming across okay? Am I doing good? Like, no. Your brain, give it a task. Only thing that it's looking for is trigger words when you're doing public speaking. What's the only thing that it's looking for? Trigger words. Either from the audience or from me, the things that I just said, that I could double down on. And when I do have a trigger word that pops up, I metaphorically pop it up in the desktop of my mind and remember, okay, right there is a trigger word. Right there for me. And if I need to double down on it to open it up, then I will. But if not, then it's like playing a live tennis match. Maybe there's other things that can evolve out of the conversation or out of the speech. Does that make sense? It'll make sense when you do it. But the most important thing is like we're gonna play in the elevator, right? So I want you guys to really explore this elevator. Get a little close to the camera. Let your hand gestures, again, not just be sideways, but frontwards too. Like you're going into kind of like attack mode. Pretend like you're a rock star and it's like, yeah, the audience is right there, but like I'm also blowing a little bit to the camera, for the footage.